And I'll slow down my New York talking just a little bit over here. I just got ultra excited because we were on time. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to go to Jennifer Ford Berry. Jennifer Ford Berry is a special person in my life. We're going on about a year of knowing each other, and she is so nice, so helpful, so informative. She's a tremendous author. She sold over 350,000 books. Might even be over 400,000. She'll tell you in a second. But she's got a great series, and she's going to really talk about some nice things to kind of close out the holiday summit. So I hope everybody's been enjoying themselves. And ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to Jennifer Ford Berry. And Jennifer, you have to take off your mute button.
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. I can't believe this day is finally here. We've been talking about this, seems like forever, Adam. So awesome job. I'm so proud of you. And thank you for having me be part of this. Today, I'm actually going to be talking about how to remember the spirit of the season. And I know as organizers, we like to talk a lot about how to organize stuff and space and things like that, and I love to talk about that too, but I actually am excited to talk about more of the inner clutter and organizing our spirits, our minds, our bodies, especially this time of year when it seems to be that, I know a lot of my clients get really bogged down and stressed because there's so much pressure on us to get so many things done, and really that's not what this season was intended for in the beginning. So I'm going to talk about a couple things that we can do in order to do that, and it's all about basically slowing down, giving back, practicing gratitude, and remembering the spirit. So those are really the four main things that I think if we could incorporate that into our life this time of year and into our family's life, we might really feel a lot better when it comes to November and December at the end of the year, rather than dreading it and feeling like we want to run and hide in a remote island. So the first thing is, to just slow down. And I think it's one of the things you can do to do that is to sit down before the season arrives, and it's not too late. Today or this weekend is a great time to start, to sit down with your family and to actually talk as a family with your children and your spouse, about what you see as your vision for this time of year. And why that's important is because if we don't actually grab our time, it's going to be taken from us one way or another. So coming up with a vision, talking about the traditions that we really enjoy, talking about the things that maybe we said we wanted to do last year but we didn't have time for, and then the most important thing is to grab that calendar, the planner, your cell phone, however you keep track of your time, and actually scheduling those things in first. And that way, when you get an invitation in the mail or to a holiday party, an office party, you can actually look at your priorities that are already scheduled and say whether or not you can attend. And I feel like by doing this at the end of the season, you're going to feel a lot better about how your family spent the holidays, rather than feeling like you're running from one place to another and not really doing what you and your children and your spouse want to do. So that's the first thing. The next is to give, and there's so many ways to do that this time of year. I really think it's about what pulls at your heart. So check in your local area, and you can Google this and find out what's going on. I've done all sorts of things with my kids, everything from homeless shelters to safe homes to just families we know to the troops. There's a lot of things going on with that right now. It's so easy to give. You can also make cards, even recycled Christmas cards like we talked about earlier, and have your kids recycle them and take them to a local nursing home. That is just a really fun thing to do. Also, what we've done is we've surprised our local fire department with some donuts and coffee. And you know what the best part about that is that my kids act completely giddy. And the reason for that is because when we give, we actually feel really, excited, and we feel good, and we feel warm and fuzzy, and that's what we want more of during the season. It lasts a lot longer than, opening up the newest electronic. And so that's what we want to teach our kids. Another good thing to do this time of year is to just get your kids in the habit of going through their rooms and looking for toys that they're not really playing with anymore, and maybe they can donate to a child in need that doesn't have anything. So that's a good habit to get into every single year right before the holidays, and it's better to do that before all the new gifts arrive. So we know once they start coming in, it's completely overwhelming. So try to do that ahead of time. The other thing is, you can even start a pay it forward plan right within your own family. And that's really fun to do during this time of year also, just kind of with your own good close friends or your own family, things like that. When you're talking about giving, the thing that I really want to touch on is to just think about how you want to be remembered. And I think that's also a really spiritual way to live your life, is to constantly think, when I'm gone someday, and not to be morbid, but how are people going to remember me? What are people going to tell my children? What is going to be my mark on this world? It doesn't have to be extraordinary. It can be small, everyday things. To wake up every day and to say to yourself, how could I be a blessing in somebody else's life today, is just a really great place to start. And I will say, just on a personal note, this season we have a very sick person in our family, so it's even more about the spirit this year for us. There's, family members have talked about what kind of presents should we get, or what do your kids want for Christmas. We're giving that all up and talking about memories that we're going to experience and things we're going to do together as a family, because it's really showing us that that's what it's all about, not so much, presents, really. So, and we're also really learning from this family member the way he's lived his life, because people are coming forward and telling us little things like helping a neighbor cut down a tree that fell in a storm, or bringing over ingredients for, a person's favorite recipe. Little tiny things that meant the world to somebody else, and we can all incorporate that into our life. And that just leads me into practicing gratitude, and how can we do that on a daily basis. More than ever this time of year is the time to start implementing this into your life. So whether you start every day and write down something you're thankful for, actually a great time, a great tradition in your family during the holidays is to actually have a calendar or a chalkboard or a dry erase board. Every day you have your children write down one thing they're thankful for. Or you can have them, you sit around the dinner table and everybody can mention it during dinner. Another great thing is to have a joyful jar. So your kids actually will write, and mom and dad, we don't want to forget about them, but to write down something that they're thankful for or that brings them joy. You put it in the jar at the beginning of the season, and every day you draw, one piece of paper and have your kids read it out loud. And it just kind of gets everybody back into, what this is all about, rather than getting sucked in by all the commercials, from Toys R Us or whatever else the case may be, where your kids are like, I want that. Next thing you know, their Santa list is 2 miles long. So this kind of, repositions everybody's mind and keeps them on the right track. The other thing is that you can just give. You can show your gratitude by what you give to somebody else as a gift. So rather than thinking about what they might want off their list, think of a way that you can give to show them how you're grateful for what they've done, something they've done for you or what they mean to you in your life. I love Colette's example of the photo books. I do that every single year for my family. It actually gets me to crack down and get those photos in a book. But it's the best gift because we do a year in review. My family loves to open it and look at it, and something so awesome to keep over the years. And the other thing I like to mention is to give the gift of an experience, especially to kids, such as tickets or maybe a membership, or maybe just give them a card that says we're going to have a date. And this is great when grandma and grandpa or aunts and uncles are asking what to give the kids, and you're just thinking in your mind, really, do they need another toy? What they need is the time with the family and the people that love them. So always consider to give the gift of an experience more than something else that may or may not collect dust or may not get used. And another thing I was going to mention is, too, you can even set your phone alarm. So throughout the day, maybe once or twice a day, that alarm will just kind of bring your mind back to thinking about one thing you're grateful for. So it's just really good practice to get into. And then finally, to nurture your spirit during this time of year. And that, there's no right or wrong way to do that. So whether you're, into going to religious places and doing worship, or you're into reading books or listening to audio tapes, or, there's no right or wrong way. Maybe you just like to go for a walk in the woods and experience nature. Just make sure that you're actually planning time because before we know it, the season's going to be over. And if we didn't take the time to do these things, they probably aren't going to happen. And it's not that we don't have enough time during the season, it's that we don't make enough time. We don't prioritize our time correctly. So really take a look and say, you know, how can I do these little things every single day to make sure that when I look back after January 1st, I can say, you know what, we really made the most of this season. We really made the most of this time of year. And it was really special, and we celebrated it the way we wanted to. And I just wanted to kind of wrap up on one other note, is what to do with all the gifts after they come. And I wanted to point out a couple of facts that I like to tell my clients and myself after the season, is that, first of all, you don't have to keep hanging on to any gifts that you don't want, love, or use. Even if you feel guilty, it's okay. I'm here to tell you that you don't have to keep that stuff. So either think about donating them, or even just think about maybe putting them in one space in your home, whether it's a closet or a cupboard or a storage container, and kind of label it for the future. For maybe you'll have a chance to do a basket raffle. Maybe your kids at school will need to bring in something to give. So just keep them on hand. You don't have to feel bad about that. It was the thought that counted, right? And then the other thing is, with the kids, when you have, especially smaller children, and they seem to get a lot more toys because they're less expensive when they're small, you can do a rotation. So one thing that I always did when my kids were little, worked out really great, especially since their birthdays are close to the holidays, is to not let them have all their toys at once, but to actually keep some packed away for, a rainy day or a cold day during the winter when they're bored and they want to watch TV all day, and pull out one of those toys that they hadn't played with yet, and it's like Christmas all over again. So just some great ideas. But you know what? The bottom line is, keep this season the way it was intended. Don't get stressed out. Make the moments count. You never know what's going to happen between now and next December 25th. So really appreciate those people in your life and where your life is at this given point.
Deep. I love it. Deep. I know. I'm watching everybody's face over here, and everybody's like, yeah, it's like I almost felt like I could get into an emotional thing right now where I could start to tear, thinking about how much I appreciate and how much gratitude I have, and particularly for my children. I mean, I have 2 little ones right now, so I'm at the point right now where all I really want to do is spend time with them, and putting together this whole summit, as much fun as it's been. I know that my time with them has suffered a little bit. So based on some of our conversations, I started thinking, and tomorrow I'm taking out my son. He's only about 3.5. I'm going to take him get a haircut. I'm going to take him with me to Home Depot. I'm going to spend just quality time alone with my little boy, rather than just coming home, hanging out with him for 2 hours and then putting him to bed. I'm going to take him out on the town, so to speak. So it's great. And of course, for anybody else like Jennifer, and we all have people in our lives that they're in a situation where we wish they could be doing better or stronger. God bless all of them, and we wish them the best of luck. And the other thing that I think I'm going to do also, Jennifer, is I think I'm going to take my son over to the firehouse. The boy loves fire trucks like a lot of little boys do, and I think I'm going to grab some donuts with him, go over there, and it'll be something he certainly going to remember more than opening up some other electronic gadget, like you say.
Absolutely.
So so that was really great, Jennifer. I thank you so very much. I think everybody loves you. I know everybody loves you. I mean, you're all over the place. So I so appreciate you being here, and a big round of applause for Jennifer Ford Barry. Here it comes. Wow, we went through this. It flew by, I got to tell you, honestly. It flew by for me. I hope it flew by for everybody else. We still have our whole panel over here. So if anybody would like to, ask a question or throw a closing thought in, I'd like to open it up to the panel, and we can go down the list. Who wants to raise their hand first and give a closing thought on anything? I thought I saw Ann flinch. All right, Ann's flinching. Ann's up first. You got to just take yourself off of mute, hon.
So am I on?
You are on.
Awesome. Adam, I just want to say thank you. I have learned so much. I mean, I've been in the design and the order business for, a couple of decades, but I have learned so much, and it's really refreshing. Love the photo stuff. I just love this. I'm excited to go back and listen to the recordings. What I want to say is the whole concept of order and organization in your home, we don't have to be perfectionists about it. As a creative at heart and by nature, order is not my natural habitat. So I want to encourage, as you guys can probably see from the stuff around me, I want to encourage anyone out there who doesn't feel like they're going to be able to get a handle on order in their life to just take simple steps. Do one thing. Try to do 2 things this season. And then next year, try to do 2 more. So just take it one step at a time. Don't feel like you have to be a perfectionist. I always say perfectionism is the death of a great life. And just be encouraged.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you, Ann. It's been a pleasure to have you. I thank you so much. I'm going to jump to the other side of the screen, and I see we have Stevie Wilson. The video's actually working right now, so let's give a quick final thought to Stevie. Stevie, take off your mute button and throw your final thoughts in the ring.
Well, I loved hearing everybody's ideas, and I'm glad this finally worked. For me, it's Christmas used to be my favorite time of year, and I think what Ann said and what Jennifer said really resonates with me a lot, because I always looked at it as a thing of something that has gotten to be such a stressful time, and really it's a time to sit back and put away all the thoughts of shopping and getting the perfect gift, because there is no such thing as a perfect gift, and just enjoy who you're with, because it's going to change next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. Well said. Okay, let's go back to the left and let's go with Colette Shine. Bring it on. Take off that mute button and throw your final thoughts.
Thank you, Adam. This has been really, really fun. The technology has worked for the most part today, which is absolutely fabulous. Right. But that also brings me to my point that technology doesn't always work, and we rely on it a lot. And I think over the holidays, my final thought, maybe a little bit along with what Jennifer was saying, you know what? Maybe don't look at that phone so much. Maybe stop checking that email so much. Maybe stop looking at Facebook so much. Maybe just look at the person sitting across from you and, enjoy that time together and live in the now and not in the iPhone.
Very, very nice, very true. And I'm just as guilty as anybody, but I'm trying to stick the phone in my pocket more than in my face. So, Colette, thank you so much. Now we're going to go across the pond over to England, UK. Neelam.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'll be honest with you. I'm quite an emotional person, and this time last year, my father only had 5 days to live. Now my mom's in hospital. I just wanted to say thank you, because what you've talked about today has really opened my eyes in regards to living in the moment. So thank you. Gratitude.
Oh, gratitude to you, Neelam, for being with us. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You're a wonderful person, and we all wish, from all over the corners of the world right now, we wish your mom the best. Thank you for being with us today and being honest and sharing. It's I got a little chill in my body right now, and I'm trying not to break a tear myself. But thank you so much, Neelam. Okay, Jennifer. Little final thought there, if you don't mind.
I just think that we have to take a step back from what society bombards us with every single day and make up our own minds and opinions about this time of year, and to really just put the greater good ahead of what opinions are from other people. So you know what, if you're an organization you're part of is saying we're going to have an extra meeting this week, it's up to you to say, no, this is the week I'm spending with my family. And like I mentioned before, we have to take control of our time, or somebody else will take it from us. So we're all given the same amount of time. That's something we can't buy or borrow. Nobody gets more or less. We're all even playing when it comes to that. So use it wisely, and just take a moment every day to take a deep breath, take a step away from the electronics, and just, you know, be grateful and be thankful. And I think this today was awesome. I really am excited to be a part of this with all of you.
Jennifer, thank you so much. We're so excited to have you here, and you're so right, and I wanted to mention it before, I'm glad you brought it up again, is take advantage of your time, because it's going to be taken from you. So do what you want to do with it. So thank you so much for that.